Alright, I think I'm live. Hold on, let me set my phone up here real quick. Uh, Hold on 1 second, chat. I gotta fix this. Hold on. Where's my? Okay, hold on. There we go. All right. Yeah, I know y'all are dissing me in the chat. I know. I know I'm a little late. Apologies for that. Big apologies for that. But I'm live now, and we're gonna be live. We're gonna be on air for a little while now. Um, we already got some storm reports, and we already have a tornado warning. This was the first tornado warning storm of the day, actually. But welcome everybody. Welcome for those of you that are just joining now. Welcome. How does the audio sound? Does my mic sound good? Yeah, it sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. All right. I had to fix the audio because the audio was just not good at all. Like it was actually bugging. Um, let's pull up. Okay. Everything should be fine right there. I just have to double check real quick. This is why I need a second monitor. Um. All right, so I'm gonna show you all the risk factors for today. We haven't had any tornado touchdowns yet. Audio is good, better than yesterday, I think. Okay, that's good to hear then. All right. Well, first of all, let's go over this tornado warning because Montpelier is in the tornado warning, which is a pretty big time town. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, it's a pretty decently sized town in Vermont. Montpelier or Montpelier in a tornado warning. When do you ever see that? When do you ever see that? But yeah, for right now, I'm going to go over the risk factors for today. So we have a very rare enhanced risk up here in Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and Massachusetts, and a little bit of New York as well. Um, that's you don't see it often at all. And what's driving this is actually pretty crazy. You would expect damaging winds to drive this, right? Wrong. Tornado. It is a tornado-driven threat for Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and Massachusetts, and a little bit of eastern New York. It looks pretty significant. I'm not even gonna lie. It looks pretty significant. I wouldn't say outbreak. If the stores become super cellular, then it could be an outbreak possibly that it can unfold here. Because there is a tornado watch, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there's a tornado watch up here. And the risk of EF2 plus tornadoes is low. It's not very low, it's low. And the risk of tornadoes in general is moderate. So there definitely probably will be a couple of tornadoes today if I'm not, if I'm not mistaken. Just by the risk factors and like just how the models look and how everything is just coming to shape here. It looks pretty significant. So we definitely got to watch this very carefully because the models were pointing to a supercellular threat, which supercells is the storms that are all by themselves, the ones that love to produce the strong tornadoes most of the time, or the majority of the strong tornadoes actually. Yeah, supercells. So that's what's happening today. And by the way, this is in a very mountainous area. By the way, this tornado risk. It's in, like I said, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Massachusetts, upstate New York. These are mountains. These tornadoes are going to be going through mountains or going over mountains and stuff. I don't think the mountains are stopping the tornadoes today. Everything is in play. The tornadoes are just going to go like right over the mountains. Like it's not stopping them. Because I know a lot of people say that mountains stop tornadoes. They usually do, but today, I don't think they are. And yeah, this is like 3 hours from now, I think. 2 to 3 hours from now. And you can see there's a bunch of supercells developing, not just in the main threat area right here, but you also have supercells developing down here in Pennsylvania as well. That needs to be watched. That indeed needs to be watched. But I think the worst of it is not. I think it is. The worst of it is going to be up here in the mountains in Vermont, definitely Vermont, and definitely New Hampshire. It looks extremely dangerous up here. Like, these storms are going to be definitely producing some big time winds, and maybe even some tornadoes, multiple tornadoes at the ground simultaneously, actually. And you have to watch these storms down here as well, because like I said, just because there's a 10% area doesn't mean you don't take your eyes off the 5% area as well, because the 5% area stretches, I think, around, yeah, it stretches around the 10% area. So I think it's like this kind of. And you see these little supercells down here? These could also produce tornadoes as well. Actually, if I'm able to zoom in, I don't know if I'm able to zoom in or not, but I gotta check that out in a moment. But if I'm able to zoom in, you can see multiple storms start to develop down there, and that has a chance of producing tornadoes. Once again, you also have these storms back there in Pennsylvania. There is a risk for tornadoes back here too. This entire area today, actually, the entire Northeast is at risk for tornadoes. Actually, the entire area. Sorry. Need a drink of water in a moment. But the entire area right here is at risk for tornadoes today. And some of them could be possibly significant if things turn out to how the models are showing here. And this starts to turn into more of a linear mode in a way, but there still will be a tornado threat with this. Just because it turns linear doesn't mean, there's not going to be a tornado threat at all. There's going to be a tornado threat. But it decreases the chances of very strong tornadoes, which is good. But it's also bad at the same time, because it's still, damaging winds and all the bad stuff is going to come with that. So, yeah, that needs to be watched also. But then you fast forward this, and it just goes for basically all day. And then you also get storms down here starting to develop as well. Storms start to develop down there, and maybe into my region too. Yeah, they're starting to develop around my region, which is pretty crazy too. But you keep pushing this forward. Like I said, it's still gonna be a bunch of scattered storms. But other than that, the main threat will be over after a couple of hours. But yeah, this looks pretty significant. This looks really significant, actually. An Appalachian Mountain tornado risk. It's actually pretty rare. You don't see that often at all. Let's look at the let's see something. I'm gonna go to the other model, actually. Let's go to, okay, this is HRRR, right? Yep, HRRR. We're gonna zoom in. Pivotal Plus. I need Pivotal Plus. Okay. Wish I can zoom in. I want to take the a sounding of the environment that's happening right now. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna take a sounding of the environment. And yeah, look at that. Look at that right there. Your winds are starting to shift up here, as you can see. See how they're pointing down, and then they're going to start pointing to, the bottom left, and they're going to keep going up. That's your winds. That's your winds pointing up. And this is the, what is this? I think 850 millibar winds. It's pretty high today. You can see the curvature in the hodograph as well, right here. This is a pretty prime environment. I'm telling you guys, these storms today are going to be powerful. They're going to be incredibly powerful. I'm not even going to lie to you. This is kind of concerning to look at. Yeah, look at that. The curvature in the hodographs today are really concerning. Because you don't, like I said, you don't see it that often up here. Not often. You don't see it at all, actually. Like, I don't even remember the last time I seen something like this. Yeah, all of it says tornado. Yeah. That is pretty scary to look at. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Oops, didn't mean to do that. We're gonna take the, let's look at the winds. I want to look at all the ingredients. Actually, you know what? we're gonna get off that, right? There's no more. There's not a tornado warning anymore, which is good. But this still needs to be watched. Also, another thing that I have to take note from, or for you guys to take note from, is that you see how there's a severe thunderstorm warning, but it looks like there's barely any rain at all. Like there's nothing right here at all. You want to know why it's not showing anything, or the radar is not reflecting back? Because of the mountains. There's so many mountains in this area that you can't even see the storm on radar. You have to click multiple radars in order to see the storm. Like look at this right here. You can see the storm. You can't see it from the Burlington, Vermont radar, but if you go to the upstate New York radar, you can see a little bit of it. Let's go to the Maine radar. This is Maine, and this is the radar right here. Or not the radar, this is the storm right here. The mountains are literally blocking the storm, so you can't see, you can't tell if there's like a tornado on the ground or not, or if there's rotation, until it leaves the mountainous terrain. Like I said, this entire area is literally mountains. Montpelier is literally mountains, so you can't see the storm on radar, which is kind of scary. Just in case, But yeah, it's kind of concerning that you can't see it, because that means you won't be able to see the rotation. I mean, maybe the National Weather Service is like close to there, or maybe or somebody can confirm a tornado if they're on the ground here or storm chasing on the ground here. Like I said, there was a tornado warning earlier because you were able to see the radar, but now I don't even think you can even see it. There's definitely a big time supercell thunderstorm right there, but you can't see it on radar, or at least I can't see it on radar. I don't know about the National Weather Service. But yeah, that needs to be watched. Also, you gotta watch this storm as well. You see this? This is what the photograph looked like right here. You see how it's hooking? This storm is hooking right now. The storm is hooking, or is trying to hook. This is trying to become one big mess of a storm, and it is just trying. It's trying to rotate already, which is extremely scary to think about. Cause wow, like I said, you don't see storms up here this often at all. You really don't. And this is Albany, New York. Albany is actually experiencing a severe thunderstorm, or not severe thunderstorm. It's not severe warned. They're experiencing a thunderstorm that could potentially get severe warned. I don't know. I don't think that's rotation. Yeah, that's not rotation. That's not rotation. This storm, on the other hand, I don't... Oh, there actually is rotation with this? Yeah. So we have rotation with this storm that is severe warned. I won't be surprised if this rotation starts to increase. They will issue a tornado warning box, something like this. Maybe. I'm not sure. But we'll have to watch that storm too. Like I said, it's these individual storms that we have to watch that are all by themselves. These are the storms that can cause the big time tornadoes today. So smart, why don't we have more people like you? Thank you. And there is more people like me out there. I would say there's probably people better than me out there for right now, but I'm working my way there. I'm going to upgrade my streaming service and all that to look more fancy, I guess you can say. And I'm going to get a second monitor too to like do the things off screen while you guys can look at the radar. It'll be so much easier to look at it. So I'm thinking about getting a second monitor. Not sure when, but I'm thinking about it. Or actually I need one significantly. Okay. Let's check these storms. These storms back here do have a risk for tornadoes too, but I'm not seeing too much right now in tornado prime, sorry. Yeah. This storm needs to be watched too. It's also trying to get that hooking characteristic like the other one to the north of it. telling you guys, these storms today are going to be big time producers for damaging winds too, like damaging winds and tornadoes. Montreal is in like a mess right now. Holy rainfall warning. Yeah, Montreal is in a mess. It's a bunch of it's probably severe thunderstorm warnings near Montreal as well. Same thing with Ottawa. Yeah, Ottawa. Wow, there's a supercell near Ottawa, in Ontario. That's actually insane. What about Toronto? Let me check. Toronto's cool. London's cool. Okay. Yeah. Quebec and Ontario is actually going to experience some type of severe weather as well, which is pretty crazy. Same thing for what's this, Saskatchewan? They might see some severe weather today too. Interesting. Wait, there's 2 different potential tornadoes on the mountains. I wouldn't say potential right now, but they could potentially in the future try to drop a tornado if things go their way. Because right now the Mount Pillier storm, or Mount Pillier, like I said, I can't see too much from the storm. Like you can see all the lightning, but you can't see the storm itself because of the mountains. But I won't be surprised if this storm is literally hooking right now, because I had a hook earlier, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that, because this storm is definitely trying to get that hooking characteristic. And yeah, like I said, there's a little bit of rotation right here. They do have a severe thunderstorm warning for it, so we'll see what happens with this one. Same thing for this one near Albany. It's going to the east of Albany now. It just went right through Albany. This is actually moving into a more favorable environment for tornadoes, actually. This orange area right here, the enhanced risk, this is the most favorable environment for tornadoes today. And most of these storms are in the most favorable area. So we're going to see what's going to happen to them in the future. But don't forget about this giant yellow risk area as well. This giant yellow risk area is a slight risk. And there is a tornado threat with this entire slight risk area, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the entire slight risk area has the tornado risk today. So that that needs to be watched as well. So basically, the entire state of Jersey, the entire state of Pennsylvania, basically the entire state of New York, the entire Northeast actually is at risk today, which is insane. They're at big risk, especially in the in the interior Northeast actually, right here. They have the biggest potential for tornadoes today. So if there's any storm chasers up here, this is their happy place right now. Or this is a happy time for them because they get to go storm chasing. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna watch this storm near Salem. We're gonna name out some towns real quick that are in some severe thunderstorm warnings, just to just get ready just in case if there is a tornado warning for that area. So like I said, if you're east of Albany, you're not under a severe thunderstorm warning, but there's a storm that is trying to fire up, or it has fired up actually, and it's trying to get stronger and mature into a supercell more than likely. And this storm will be moving towards Brunswick, Petersburg, Grafton, Berlin, Williamstown, Pownal. What's this? Pownal, I think that's how you say it right there, and Stamford. This is going to move into Connecticut and Massachusetts. Or sorry, no, Massachusetts. Sorry, this is moving into Massachusetts and Vermont. Same thing with this storm up here. This is the another storm in southern Vermont, actually. Yeah, this is southern Vermont. This is a severe thunderstorm warning that has the potential of trying to rotate, or if it is rotating right now. Right now it's still in New York right now, but it's moving into Vermont. So Manchester Center, Dorset, Parpert, what's this, Danby, Weston, Andover, Springfield, Vermont, into what's this, Cavendish, Brownsville, Felchville, and Perkinsville. And this will be moving towards Claremont pretty soon in New Hampshire. I think the storms in New Hampshire are gonna go crazy today. Honestly, like once they get into New Hampshire, it's gonna be pretty bad or pretty bad. Um, are there any storms in the south you're going to be covering? Um, Not really. The south is actually fairly calm. It's mostly the north. Yeah, this is north. This is Montana and North Dakota, and this is also north too, the northeast. I mean, the furthest south you could possibly cover it is Arkansas and Tennessee, but I mean, they're not really expecting too much. And the furthest south the slight risk goes is Kentucky. So I mean, not it's not really active in the south, honestly. Just some general thunderstorms maybe, but other than that, nothing. The main risk or main focus is literally up here. I'm glad the South can rest for once. Yeah, they had a rough year. Very rough year in the South. Let's look at some of these damage reports. 3 trees uprooted or snapped. Estimated wind 55 to 72 miles per hour. Source public. So that was a damaging windstorm. I wonder. I think it was from the Montpelier storm, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was from the Montpelier storm. This is also for the Montpelier storm. Trees down. Trees down. A storm chaser is on his storm. Not surprised. Trees down. Another storm chaser. Wow, there's a lot of storm chasers out there actually. That is great to see actually. Train spotter. It's another storm chaser. Multiple trees down. These storms are packing a punch right now. Wow. Besides, your streams is really cool, and I know a lot about the weather now. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty difficult to learn about the weather, honestly. It's pretty difficult. Like this took time for me to like learn everything, but I'm glad you guys are learning about how to read the radar and all that. 'Cause that's what we're looking at right now, the radar. But there's so much more to it as well. Like you have models, you got satellite. Actually, speaking of satellite, let's look at the satellite actually. This is the satellite right now, live satellite right now, and you can see there's a bunch of clouds, but there is some clearing right here. I think you can see there's some clearing. If you take this back a frame actually, a couple frames. Yeah, there wasn't that much clearing. And then it starts clearing up. So the atmosphere is destabilizing, basically, is what it's showing at this point. Like, I mean, there's nothing much more I can say. The atmosphere is literally destabilizing. And we can look at the model run over here. Oh man. So we're gonna keep pressing this. Yeah. So this is 4 p.m. It's 3 p.m. right now. This is 4 p.m. Holy smokes. That is really what you don't want to see. Man. These storms, I'm telling you, man, these storms needs to be watched. All of these storms right here needs to be watched. Look at that. Supercells, chat. Supercells. It may not look like much, but if you see storms isolated like that by themselves, that's some pretty dangerous weather that's unfolding in that area. There might be a line of storms that comes down into my area. What is this, 9 p.m.? Oh, wow. I actually might get hit by a line of storms later on tonight. Like I said, I'm also in this risk as well. Location. Okay, he gave you the location. Thank you. Thank you, Rain. But yeah, by the looks of this, oops, that's come far out. By the looks of it, the event hasn't even started completely yet. Like the big time giant storms haven't like really rooted yet. Look at this, Hartford, Connecticut. It's getting slammed by some sort of storm. Yeah, honestly, if they were to upgrade the enhance, not upgrade the enhanced risk, but extend the enhanced risk, I will make the enhanced risk like this. Right, you ready? This will be my enhanced risk. I will stretch it like that, something like this. Make it a little bit bigger. Because honestly, I'm really concerned about these storms down here as well, especially like in the Connecticut area. Like the entire state of Connecticut needs to watch out because I feel like the storms down there are being underestimated. Honestly, let's look at the wind shear actually. We're gonna look at the ingredients for tornadoes, so I can show you guys what this looks like. Since we don't have any current tornado warnings right now that we need to cover, so we're gonna look at the ingredients for tornadoes, and as you can see, there's a lot of wind shear. You see all this purple, and a little bit of blue. That's a lot of wind shear. That's like 50, 60 knots right there, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 50 knots. I don't think it's 60 knots, but it's 50 knots, which is like prime for tornadoes actually. This is the lower level wind, by the way. And you can see it starts to increase significantly actually as you get like I said, these storms down here in near Connecticut and all that. Look at that. It increases a lot more. You see a lot more purples on your screen. Yeah, look at that. There's a bunch of lower level wind shear down here as well in the mid-Atlantic area. So basically this entire area needs to just be on the lookout. Cause man, that looks incredibly concerning. Let's look at the mid-level jet stream. This is the 700 millibar winds, and yeah, when you have 850 millibar winds and 700 millibar winds overlapping each other, you start to create, if you have two different winds, right? Because those are two different wind driven features. I think the 700 millibar winds is going to the north and east, and the 850 millibar winds are going, I think, northeast. So when you have that in a way, that's creating, it's creating a bunch of motion in the atmosphere, up in the air, in the jet stream. And when that happens, things start, the winds are going to start to rotate. And as you can see, if you connect all the lines right here from the winds moving this way, like the 700 millibar winds moving to the north and east, and then the 850 millibar winds moving to the northeast, you connect the line, connect the arrows together. Like, hold on, let me retry that again. Connect the arrows like this, and you create a hodograph. That's how you create a hodograph right there. Well, yeah. They also use weather balloons as well to check it out. The air, by the way, the wind speed. I'm kind of butchering this right now, but you guys kind of understand what I'm talking about. It's basically all connecting. That's what I'm trying to say. These winds are connecting and they're rotating. Atmosphere is prime. That's kinematics, by the way. Kinematics is the wind shear and like the wind-driven environment for tornadoes. Thermodynamics is the atmosphere itself, like the air, how warm it is, how moist it is. That's thermodynamics. And let's look at the significant tornado parameter, and it's actually spiking. Wow. Okay. Let's see. I want to see. Oh wow, it really spikes around, what is this, 7 p.m. It really spikes in New Hampshire, west of Concord, New Hampshire. Then it goes away a little bit. Wow. Yeah, nah, that's not good. Let's look at the thermodynamics actually. This is thermodynamics, or, like I said, the atmosphere, the moisture in the atmosphere. This is the moisture right here. And when you have dew points in the 70s in the northeast, that's kind of crazy. That's how you know it's extremely hot out or extremely moist. And what you need for tornadoes in the atmosphere, you need at least 60 dew points or greater. And this is beyond 60. This is 70s. You're getting into the 70s, close to even the upper 70s actually, in some areas. Yeah, you probably get into the upper 70s in some areas. Like the dew points are pretty high in the mountains, in the mountainous terrain, which is very surprising to see. And yeah, look at this. Long Island, New York. Dew points are in the 70s. You got dew points in the 60s down here. 70s over here. Look at that. It's pretty moist in these areas. But when you get further south and west, these areas are pretty dry, actually, in Pennsylvania. That's probably why the environment isn't so favorable or as favorable as it is up here, because there's no dew points down there. See all the purples and blues is all up here. You have blues and greens, which it's not really too favorable. Like the darker the color, basically, the more moisture it is, and that's what's causing the storms to fire up. And they actually might be rain wrapped today as well, these storms. So if you are out, or if you are in this risk and you're trying to look for a tornado, you're probably not going to be able to see it because it's going to be rain wrapped. So definitely don't recommend it. Temperature up here, a little bit on the lower side. You have 60s and 70s, maybe some 80-degree temperatures. Yeah, 80-degree temperatures up here in Vermont. But that's not really going to affect the storms, honestly, because it has the moisture. So it's going to feel warmer than 82 in, like, southern Vermont. Or say if it's like 67 in New Hampshire, it's going to feel a lot warmer than that, more than likely, because of the moisture. And I mean, I don't even want to talk about down here. Like, bro, okay, I live in this area right here. You can see it's going to be close to 100 degrees in my area today, which is not good. I've been dealing with heat waves for the longest time. Holy, look at that. Southern Jersey, 96 degrees. Like, no. It's too hot down here. It's way too hot. But yeah, that's basically the ingredients for tornadoes. And I mean, we could look at the wind shear, the helicity, but I don't think it's really necessary. Yeah, I don't think it's really necessary to look at that. We're just gonna keep on pushing it right here. But yeah, it's gonna be hot. Like, I kind of want to go outside and see what it feels like, actually, but I'm gonna wait on that. But yeah, as you can see, the storms do fire up. This is what, 7 p.m. Yeah, like I'm telling you, these storms out here, they're gonna be pretty significant today. But yeah, that's basically the risk factor. And let me see if anything else develops tomorrow. Nope, I don't see anything else. Look at that. This is why they put out the slight risk for Canada and stuff. Look at that. Some supercells developing. Interesting. Oh, wow. That's a big storm. Okay. That's pretty interesting. But we can go back to regular radar now. I just wanted to show you the risk factor for today and the ingredients for the atmosphere. Also, this storm is really trying to get itself together now. It's definitely trying to develop by itself. And it is trying to form some type of rotation as well, so that needs to be watched very carefully. Also, this is your second round of storms. There's going to be multiple rounds of storms, I think. This is the first round that's going through right now. And then you have a second round that's probably going to come in, and I think this might be the main, show for today, I guess. And wow, look at that. You can't even see the storm. Can't even see the storm. And there you go. Click on another radar. There's a storm right here. But you still can barely see it. There definitely is rotation in that, by the way. Yeah, I really can't see these storms up here in northern Vermont, New Hampshire. These things are like in the most mountainous terrain they could ever be in. There's so many mountains up here. it's still kind of shocking how there's going to be a possible little mini outbreak of tornadoes in the mountains. It's insane. What do you mean by you can barely see the storm? The mountains are blocking the radar view. Like if you see how you can't see anything right here? Because these are severe thunderstorm warnings, and you're probably looking at the radar and you're like, I don't see a storm right here. Like maybe a couple of pixels, but I don't see a storm. There's definitely a storm, but there's so many mountains in this area that you can't even see it on the radar. It doesn't matter what radar you use. Look, they pop up right here. If I use the Maine radar, up here, this is the state of Maine, and their radar site's right here. This is the radar site, and these are the storms. You can see it right there from the Maine radar a little bit, but then when you go to the Vermont radar, you can't see a single thing. And let's go to the Boston, Massachusetts radar. You still can't see it. Let's go to what, Albany, New York radar. You can barely see it, but it's there. The mountains are literally like just making a barrier between the radar beams and the storm, so you can't see it. But there's definitely a storm. So actually, now that I think about it, let me cover this area a little bit. And oops, didn't mean to hit my mic. Let me cover this area a little bit. So St. Johnsbury, I would just take shelter, honestly, because I can't see much on radar because of the mountains, but there's definitely a very strong storm that's that's moving over St. John's or Johnsbury. Same thing with Danville, Concord, Victory, and Londonville in what is this, Vermont or New Hampshire? This is Vermont. So yeah, this is Vermont, upstate Vermont, and yeah, Worcester or what's it, Worcester? I don't even know how to say that, honestly. But you guys know what I'm trying to say. East of what's this, Waterbury. Near Hardwick, Woodbury, and East Calais in Marshfield. You guys are under severe thunderstorm warning as well. There's probably a storm right here somewhere. I can't see it, like I said, on the radar because of the mountains. It's like kind of screwing it over. But there's definitely storms, and there's more storms actually developing right here. There's a lot of little storms actually. There's a lot of little storms developing. There's storms right here, but you can't see it. You literally can't see it. So you guys should take shelter for sure, actually. Like, heed the warnings. Because that storm does have a history of producing a tornado warning, so definitely be aware of that. Also, this storm right here is a big time storm. I have a feeling this storm might try to do it. It might try to develop a tornado in like the next like 30 minutes or so, maybe an hour. I think once the storm keeps moving to the north and east, it should come into view for the radar in Maine. Hopefully. Where's Portland, Maine? There it is. There's Portland, Maine right here. How many? Okay. There's Portland, Maine. There is Augusta, Maine. Those are like the two bigger cities in Maine. I think there's mountains over here too. I know there's mountains. The mountains are like kind of like this. It's like yeah, the Appalachian Mountains go like that. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. But the Appalachian Mountains right here like go like that. I'm pretty sure. Like they're in that area. Cause I've been through the Appalachian Mountains a couple of times actually. I'm gonna check on it. I'm gonna stay on this storm. Cause this looks more concerning than the other ones in my opinion. Cause like I said, I can't see much with these storms. I'm still gonna cover that area, but I can't see much with those storms. So I'm gonna just go to the one that's visually appealing to me to stay on. And this storm near Massachusetts is the one. Damn, the mountains screwing us over, bro. Yeah, they really are. They really are. Might get something to snack on too in a moment. Right now, while it's calm, I'm gonna get, I'm gonna take my breaks and stuff right now. Well, not right now, but in a moment, since it's calm, there's no tornado warnings. There hasn't been a new severe thunderstorm warning yet either. Yeah, there's some severe thunderstorm warnings in Canada as well. I can't see too much from that either. Dang. That's kind of unfortunate the mountains are blocking it. That's one thing. Like I said, the Northeast is not used to this type of severe weather. So, and that's just really screwing us, honestly. The mountains. We're starting to see some development down here now. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're starting to see some development of storms right here and up to the north as well. Let me see. There's a tornado warning somewhere. Oh, wow. There is, yeah. There is a tornado warning. Oh, wow. Here we go. This is our second tornado warning of the day, actually. Or third, actually. But second tornado warning storm of the day. Look at this in Annville. Let's go cover this, actually. This is near Wheeling. So this tornado warning is literally in 3 states, by the way. It's in 3 states. Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania are in this tornado warning. That's like the tiniest little corner. Wow, okay. But there is a tornado warning, and this tornado warning is in effect until the next 28 minutes. So 4:00 p.m. Eastern. This is Eastern, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, Eastern. So this is for Annville. You have the storm is like basically right over you, or the rotation right over you. This is for Shady Side, McMicken, I think that's how you say it. Bellier, upper Benwood. Let's go a little bit further to east. Allendale, Sherrod, Sandhill, Vrindeben, Triadelphia, or Delphia, I think is how you say it. Bethlehem and Elm Grove. You guys are under a tornado warning right now. Seek shelter immediately. And the southern part of Wheeling in West Virginia is under the tornado warning, actually. So if you're in southern Wheeling, take shelter immediately. This is your tornadic rotation right here. This is moving due east, I'm pretty sure. This is moving due east. So take shelter. Take your proper precautions if you're in this tornado warning. Move to the most interior room of your home. A bathroom and a closet is the best case for you guys. With no walls and no outside window, or no outside walls, no windows. So yeah, take shelter right there. If you're in that tornado warning. My alert system did not go off. Let me check that.
There are 4 new warnings affecting Ohio and Pennsylvania and Vermont and West Virginia.
Oh, it just went off there. Making sure, I'm gonna say, wait, my warning system did not go off. Gotta check that. Well, that's literally outside of the main threat. This is still, like I said, you see what I mean, chat? The yellow area is still in the tornado risk area. There is a tornado warning in the yellow area, so these storms need to be watched. And there's storms developing. Like, the storms by themselves are developing, which is interesting. Let me see something. Oh yeah, they just blew up out of nowhere. Yeah, the storms are starting to fire now. They are starting to fire now. It's only a matter of time. Let's go back to that tornado warning. Actually, I feel like we need to stay on that because that storm actually is kind of like hooking pretty well. My stream keeps freezing. My stream from where I'm looking at, my stream looks fine to me. Hasn't froze that once actually, surprisingly. I don't know if that's your whatever you're watching on. But my stream looks fine to me. It's really the audio I'm worried about. I'm not worried about the stream freezing, honestly. As long as the audio sounds good, as long as y'all can hear the audio, I'm cool. Cause these audio problems lately has been really annoying. But yeah, we do have that tornado warning right there. So seek shelter now. Let's check Pennsylvania in general. It's a severe thunderstorm warning. This is for Pon. So yeah, somebody can ask me how to pronounce this, or try to pronounce this, guys. Try to pronounce this, cause I'm not trying to pronounce that name. I'm gonna try to pronounce it actually. Punxsutawney. What's this? All right, Punxsutawney. What is this called? Punxsutawney in Pennsylvania. I think that's how you say it, bro. That is the weirdest town name ever. Like it really is the weirdest town name ever. That's such a weird name. Interesting name. Let's check back on these storms up here though. Now, I don't see nothing too much in tornadic activity up here right now, but like I said, that's gonna change very soon. I'm just waiting for when storms start to like pop off big time. Cause right now, where the storms are popping off at are really down here. Like these storms fired up fast. They are all over Pennsylvania right now. Storms everywhere. But yeah, we still have this ongoing tornado warning south of Wheeling in West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. All three of those states. The rotation is moving over McMicken. Right now, this is going to be moving to the east towards Sherrard. So, yeah, take shelter now if you're in this tornado warning. Like I said before, you should be, heeding the warnings and taking proper precautions. Because you can see the hook curvature in the storm. So it's definitely trying to produce a tornado. So definitely watch out for that and definitely take shelter for that. Like I said, I already named all the areas. I'm not going to name them again.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for Pennsylvania.
We have another new severe thunderstorm warning. This is heading towards State College, actually. And this is the same storm. Over here, it's producing the damaging winds. Yeah, you can see the damaging winds right there. Oh, wow, yeah. Strong damaging winds, actually, right here. Probably gonna knock down a couple of trees. These storms are producing some tree damage. A lot of tree damage. A lot of these storms are. No reports of a tornado yet. Like I said, I won't be surprised if that's gonna change in the next hour or so. Cause I'm telling you guys, these storms, man, these storms today are going to be pretty powerful. Especially up here where the enhanced risk is at. These storms are going to be pretty powerful. I showed you the models. Actually, is the new model guidance out yet? I don't think it is. It is not. This is almost done now. I think once this one is done, I think the new model guidance should be out. Yeah. Definitely like the next hour, it's going to be pretty active. So we have to watch these storms most definitely right here. Because, man, these storms are, they're producing tornado warnings down here too. So I won't be surprised. Won't be surprised. I won't be surprised if they extend the risk in general. Interesting. Interesting. Still a little bit of rotation with this storm there, Micmican. We're gonna come back to that in a moment. It's a new severe thunderstorm warning east of Cleveland. Yeah, pretty strong damaging winds with that. So yeah, stay indoors for that storm. Some pretty strong damaging winds with that. Man, I am watching this storm like a hawk right now. This storm down here, south of Bennington, in Vermont, that needs to be watched carefully, man. You have this storm. This is a line of storms actually that's probably gonna get strong. Yeah, it's moving into the enhanced risk environment. It's gonna get a lot more stronger, and produce a lot more damage probably. Once moves to the north part of Vermont and New Hampshire. I'm watching all of these storms actually like a hawk. Oops. Let me do that. We're gonna go back to this tornado warning. I'm gonna keep checking on this too, just in case if the rotation does does start increasing. And it still looks the same. I'm gonna wait for the next velocity update. Like I said, I don't think a tornado is on the ground with this, but still, take your proper precautions and take shelter. Don't try to look for this thing, because you never know. This thing could just drop a tornado like any moment, and it could drop it right on top of you. So, yeah, be careful. Like I said, this is a tornado warning for Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania. So basically, where all three of the states meet. This is the Virginia border, or West Virginia border, and the Ohio border, and this is the Pennsylvania border. So that's where that's at. Actually, Ohio. I'm gonna put a big H. Ohio. West Virginia is right here, and Pennsylvania is right here. Yeah, these are the states right here. I'm seeing a lot of lightning intensity with this storm, by the way, in Petersburg, in was this Ponal. As I said, this storm is really concerning. If this storm can get itself together, this could be the one. There's a lot of damage reports from this storm right here. Just wanted to point that out. Well, yeah, this storm right here is it's intensifying, so we gotta watch that. And this storm too is also intensifying. I've been watching both of these storms actually. This has a little bit of broad rotation with it, but it's nothing significant at all. And this is in Vermont now, or the storm is in Vermont. Trying to see if any storms will develop down. I think yeah, there's storms developing down here, but they're nothing near as intense as these ones up here. Like these storms haven't gotten themselves together yet. I don't think. Like they're still forming and they're still getting themselves together. I'm gonna look at the most recent model run once it comes out. I think in like what, the next 15, 20 minutes maybe. Probably a lot longer. I'm not sure. But I am gonna go get something to snack on real quick since nothing too much is happening besides a tornado warning right now in West Virginia, which it's yeah, the rotation is not really existing like that anymore. It was definitely a lot stronger further back, but yeah, I'm still gonna stay on this. Like I said, it's gonna be a quick break. I'm gonna get something to snack on, and I will be right back. I'm taking a sip of water actually.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for New Hampshire.
man, job back. I just walked outside. Note, it's 98 degrees outside my house right now, and it feels like 103. So holy moly, it's burning out there. And I have a hoodie on too. The only reason why I have a hoodie on is because it's cold in this basement, and I'll be down for a little while. But holy moly, it's hot. I did see we have a new tornado warning up here in New York, by the way. I did see that. I was still watching the radar. But we have a new tornado warning. This is for this is Hamilton in New York, upstate New York, by the way. Harvardsville, New York. West Brookfield, North Brookfield, and Stockwell, and Brookfield in New York, upstate New York. Yeah, you guys are under a tornado warning right now. Seek shelter immediately. Take your proper precautions. Heed the warning. Heed the warning, man. Because I'm telling you, these storms today are not going to be your regular, ordinary thunderstorms that you see. It's going to be some big, nasty storms. This storm right here now have a severe thunderstorm warning on it. So, actually, let me check something. PSO, I can see everything you said, even if you delete it, right? It doesn't matter if y'all delete the messages or not. I can literally still see it.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for Ohio.
New severe thunderstorm warning for Ohio. Alright, but yeah. This storm is now severe warning now, so like I said, this storm still needs to be watched. Also, this storm has gotten a lot more potent. And also, do you see what's happening right here? I don't like the look of that. I don't like the look of that. I really don't like the look of that, actually. Oh, wow. So, we might see a tornado warning, actually, here in just a moment with this. Something like this, maybe. A tornado warning. Because, that's an interesting area of possibly spin. Yeah. That's rotation. It's definitely rotation. Oh, yeah. It matches up with the hook, echo, and everything. So, this storm might get tornado warned, actually, in a moment. It might get tornado warned. This is a supercell. Look at that. Classic supercell structure. I think if this little area right here can go into the storm, it maybe, I don't know, like maybe it can cut it off, hopefully. I don't know, either it can cut the storm off from trying to produce a tornado, or it can intensify the rotation or the RFD that's coming around it. Because the RFD is basically the rare flank, or RFD stands for rare flank and downdraft. And it comes around the storm like that. And right now, this little piece of storm or rain, I guess you could say, the precipitation that's right there, is blocking the inflow, which is the food for the thunderstorm. It's blocking off the mouth, so the storm can't, consume the environment. So that's either a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not sure. The rotation is there for sure. It's definitely there, but it's not intense, which is good. So definitely gotta watch that carefully. Okay, I can see the rotation right here near Hamilton. I can see the rotation right here. Moving to the north and east, like I said, towards Sangerfield and Bridgewater. You guys are probably gonna be in a tornado warning in a moment. Actually, if this storm continues to hold itself together. Same thing with Brookfield. Or Brookfield, you're in the tornado warning actually, so you should be taking your proper precautions if you aren't. Bridgewater, I will start to prepare to take my proper precautions, even though you're not in the tornado warning. It's coming for you. The storm is coming for you, so definitely watch out for that. The tornado warning down here has expired, and That's good news for that. But I feel like they're going to issue a tornado warning for this storm up here to the north, possibly, if it you know gets itself together. Y'all deleted some messages. Why? When is Kaiji Rising stream? Not today, probably. If I have time later, then maybe. But if not today, then tomorrow. I can stream it tomorrow. Also, it's a weather stream. Yeah, it's a weather stream. And don't spam, please. Yeah. Thank you about that. Thank you, mods. Yeah, don't spam. Don't spam. Cause I'll read your comments. I can look through all the comments. I'm waiting for the next radar update, cause this might be the most concerning storm I've seen all day actually, and I think it's falling apart, which is good news. Okay, it might be falling apart. It might be falling apart. Hopefully. So what is this? A damage report. Storm chaser, trees down. I think this is from the earlier storm though. I'm not sure. But this storm might be falling apart a little bit, or the hook actually. The hook echo is falling apart a little bit from the precipitation blocking off the inflow, which is good. And brand new tornado warning has been issued just now. Holy moly! I can see why they issued it. What in the hook echo am I looking at here? Look at that. Look at that hook echo, chat. This is literally right over Endicott in New York. This is upstate New York. Binghamton. Oh, wow.
There is one new tornado warning for New York.
This is the city of Binghamton, New York. It's in the tornado warning, actually. That's actually kind of concerning. This is, wow, this is an extremely populated area, actually. This is a pretty big city, chat. This is Binghamton, New York. It's a pretty big city. I've never been, I think my dad's been there, but I've never been there before. But it's a pretty big city. Holy moly. Yeah, look at that. This is a complete supercell right here. You can't see it too well because of the it's too close to the radar site, but you can see the what possibly could be the supercell right there. Wow, look at that. Hook echo and everything. That's a very concerning storm. Holy. This is heading directly straight towards Binghamton, New York. If you're in the city of Binghamton, take shelter immediately. Take your proper precautions. Get into the lowest floor of your building. A bathroom or a closet is a good spot to take shelter in. With no outside walls and no windows, and put as many like stuff around you as possible. Like, if anything, if this does get like really bad, make sure you got pillows, make sure you got shoes just in case if there is a tornado on the ground and is doing damage. Just make sure you're prepared. Oh man, this is a very concerning storm. This is a pretty decently rotating storm heading right into Binghamton, New York. I don't like how this looks. Chad, just watch how it just grew the hook. See, nothing was there, right? Nothing was there. Boom. A hook just formed right away. So I see why they issued the tornado warning for that. I can't see the rotation too well on there, but I feel like that's going to change in a moment. We're going to check the CC actually, because that is a really concerning imagery. Let's see if there was any type of debris. Nope, no type of debris. I don't see any type of debris. So I didn't expect this to be on the ground, but I mean, just by the looks of it right now, this is heading into an extremely populated area too. This is a literal city that's in a tornado warning right now. Like if I zoom into Binghamton, you see all these boxes, little tiny gray boxes. These are all buildings. Look at how many buildings is in this tornado warning. This is a city, chat. And this is, what is this? Where's downtown? This is downtown Binghamton. Bunch of cities, a bunch of big buildings in the path of this. Oh my goodness, this is really hooking up here. Oh, I think there might be a tornado about to touch the ground here in a moment. This is hooking up big time actually. That is hooking up big time. And I'm telling you, man, the north side of Binghamton is going to be impacted if this thing does drop a tornado. I really hope it doesn't. Oh man, this is what you really didn't want to see today. This is a classic supercell structure with a well-defined hook echo right here. Your tornado will be right in here, and this is moving due east. So the entire, I don't even care, the entire city of Binghamton, please seek shelter. Because this thing is, nothing is stopping this thing. Nothing is stopping it. It's all by itself. It has all the instability to itself. And it's going to keep going towards a more prime environment, a more favorable environment for tornadoes. I forgot there's a tornado warning up here. Let's go to this one too. Let's check on this one. But that storm down to the south of it's very concerning. This storm is also very concerning as well. Look at that. You have rotation right here as well. South of Stockwood. I think I went over this storm already. But yeah, still take shelter if you're in Brookfield, or yeah, in the Brookfield area in upstate New York. Definitely take shelter there. We're gonna check back on these storms. We're gonna go back down to the Binghamton storm because that storm is really concerning. Yeah, the supercell up here in south of where is it? Burlington, Vermont, is I think it is trying to get itself together. It's only a matter of time. There's a severe thunderstorm warning, tornado possible tag with it as well. So this has a tornado possible tag, and this is going to be for Montpelier again. You're probably going to be in another tornado warning if this thing does develop a hook echo, a well-defined hook echo at that. But yeah, these storms down here, I don't see any type of rotation with them, so I'm not too concerned right now. We're going to go back to the Binghamton storm because that thing is a mean looking storm. Oh man, that's
There are 2 new warnings affecting Colorado and Vermont.
Colorado and Vermont. Interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye on this storm. This is the type of storm that's gonna be a long track storm, if anything. Look at this. There's probably some clearing, right? Or not probably. There is clearing in front of this storm. So yeah, this thing definitely could try it. Yeah, Colorado's just in a general thunderstorm. I'm not gonna go to that. We're gonna stay on this Binghamton storm because this is the most concerning storm right now that we have, honestly. Like this definitely is the most concerning storm. Like the trajectory of this storm is just like insane. It's only a matter of time, man. So, like I said, if you guys are in Binghamton, Johnson City, the entire Binghamton area, I'm not even gonna name out the areas around Binghamton. Just the entire surrounding areas of Binghamton needs to just take your proper precautions. Like I said, get to the lowest part of your building, okay? Because this storm is very concerning. It looks like it's moving to the north and east now, north of Binghamton. I'm not seeing rotation really, but I definitely think there is rotation. It's just it's really close. It's really close to the radar. If there were to be a tornado, it would be right over Johnson City, north and west of Binghamton. So definitely watch out for that. You know what? I wonder if there's... Let me check something real quick, chat. Actually, let me check something. Hold on. It's not loading, is it? Yeah, no, it's not loading. Log out of this. want to see if there's any live cameras. I want to pull up some live cameras. I just want to check like upstate New York. It's raining in a lot of areas actually. I want to see Binghamton. Where is? Hold on. No, New York City's gonna pop up. I don't want New York City. I want upstate New York. Hold on. We're gonna look up Binghamton.
There are 2 new warnings affecting Connecticut and New York and Pennsylvania.
It's the National Weather Service in Binghamton actually.
There is 1 new tornado warning for New York.
There's another tornado warning. We're gonna go to that in just a moment. I think that's Binghamton right there. Man, I need to find. Hold on. U.S. Not Brooklyn. Why does it look like it's snow there? What? Why is there snow? Yeah, nah, wrong thing. There is no snow. This is not working. We're gonna have to just go back. Hold on. Yeah, nah, it's not working. We're just gonna have to go back. What just happened?
There is 1 new severe thunderstorm warning for Vermont.
This is an extension, by the way, for the storm in Bridgewater. Told you guys in Bridgewater to get ready for the tornado warning. There it is. There's your tornadic rotation right there. This is going to be moving to the north and east. So Bridgewater, this is coming directly towards you. Next is going to be West Winfield. And in Winfield itself, then East Winfield, it will be coming for you. This tornado warning supercell is coming for you, and you guys need to seek shelter right now. Take your proper precautions. Get into the lowest part of the building that you're in. And get into the most interior room with no windows and no outside walls, okay? So take shelter there. And if you need to, grab your shoes, like grab stuff that you need, and just take shelter there. And just take shelter there for the next 15 minutes. Same thing here in Binghamton. Johnson City is not in the tornado warning no more, but Binghamton, the northeastern side of Binghamton, is still under the tornado warning. And I'm not seeing as much of a concern as I did earlier with this storm. It's definitely, I think it's trying to recycle possibly. I'm not sure. I don't think it produced a tornado though, which I'm glad. But yeah, I think it's trying to recycle itself. It's trying to reform itself. So yeah, I won't be surprised if it does that. So definitely watch out for that. Let's go over here to the Albany radar. Let's go down here. Let's check this. These storms have some pretty strong winds within. A little bit of rotation right there too. Yeah, there's rotation with this storm. South of Yeah. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm definitely gonna pronounce this wrong.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for Maryland.
But Poughkeepsie. I don't know how to say that town name. It's a pretty hard town name to pronounce. But this is in New York. Yeah, this is north like this is pretty north of New York City actually, and south of Albany in New York, under a severe thunderstorm warning. This could try to produce a tornado, so definitely watch out for this storm as well. Let's go back over here to these storms, and let's check on Mount Pillier. This is probably turning into a QLCS or a linear mode of storms now, but they're still trying to, this storm right here is still trying to develop some rotation with it. So it's definitely need to keep an eye on that, just in case if it does develop some type of strong rotation. And these storms over here are becoming severe warned as well. I'm not seeing a huge tornado threat with this storm or these storms at all, but definitely something we need to monitor and watch. Let's go back to the storm right here near Binghamton, New York. And like I said, I'm not seeing much with rotation, but it was showing signs of a fairly decently rotating thunderstorm. So, like I said, I won't be surprised if it does try it. There's a new tornado warning, actually. I wanted to go to that in a moment. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for Germantown, Maryland. So, that needs to be watched. Alright. I'll be up in a second. Oh yeah, right here. Starting to rotate right here. A lot more now. This is for Pennsylvania, by the way. This is south of Pittsburgh. This is moving to the east. This is the same storm that produced that tornado warning over here near Wheeling. So this storm has definitely been trying it for a while now at this point. I feel like the Binghamton storm and this storm right here is going to keep trying to produce a tornado. So those needs to be watched, like a lot. So, also, I'm giving you guys a heads up right now. I'm gonna have to eat dinner relatively soon, if not almost right now, because I think that's why my sister came down. I'll be back on air, by the way. I'm either gonna pause the stream or I'm gonna end it and start a new one. And I'm gonna start a new one like after I'm done eating, because all I'm doing is eating. So definitely gotta watch that. Definitely watching that storm though. Yeah. But like I said, I'll be on air again. Like I'm not gonna just stop streaming for good today. Like I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back on here because I do want to cover these storms. Right now we have 3 current tornado warnings, and yeah, like the tornado warning count is starting to increase a lot more now. So we definitely gotta watch that. And yeah, these storms, man. No confirmed tornadoes yet today. Although, Winfield, the tornadic rotation is like right over you, or it's about to be right over you in a moment. So, yeah, you can probably see the wall cloud, or the rotating wall cloud in Winfield. So definitely take proper precautions there, man. That's pretty scary. I won't be surprised if they issue a new tornado warning now with this storm. This storm is starting to rotate a lot more now. So, yeah, I won't be surprised if they issue a brand new tornado warning for this, extending into Connecticut. These could be the storms that develop in Connecticut and start to move to the east. So definitely watch that. So we could possibly have 4 ongoing tornado warnings. Oh, one just expired actually. Yeah, this storm. This storm was concerning earlier, but now it's not doing too much anymore, which is good. I think they're going to extend this tornado warning into Winfield for sure, because it's still rotating pretty well. And then I think they're going to issue a brand new tornado warning for this storm right here. Near this interesting town name. I can't pronounce it, but we're going to say Pleasant Valley in upstate New York. So if you're in Pleasant Valley into western Connecticut, basically the northwestern side of Connecticut, you guys might go under a tornado warning relatively soon, because this storm is rotating fairly well. Yeah, look at that. Even in the upscale or from a farther radar, you can see the rotation. So it's definitely trying to rotate and do something. So definitely watch that. We're gonna go back down to the Pennsylvania storm and check on that. And yeah, this storm, it's a supercell, and it's trying, but it's gonna take a lot for it to produce a tornado. So, but still, take shelter if you're in West Union, Plums Block or Plumsock, Ringsland.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for Arizona.
Arizona, interesting. Okay. North of Waynesburg. Seek shelter if you're north of Waynesburg in Pennsylvania, because you are under a tornado warning, and this storm could try to produce a tornado at any moment now.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for New Hampshire.
Yeah, this storm is definitely trying it, chat. But I'm gonna leave again, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna be quicker this time, and I'll let you guys know if I have to end the stream or not. Cause like I said, I'll end the stream and I'll restart it after I'm done eating. But yeah, I'll be right back. See if I gotta end stream. Be right back, chat. Alright, I'm back. So, I am gonna have to end the stream because my dinner is ready and I gotta eat. I probably won't be able to eat on live because it's a messy dinner, so. But I'll be back on here though. I'll be back on here in the next like 30 minutes. I'll have the stream lined up. So yeah, stay tuned guys, stay tuned. But yeah, I'm in the stream. I'll be right back. Catch you guys in the next like what 30 to 45 minutes maybe. So see you in a little bit.